You know, I never forget as a gamer how lucky I was to grow up in the 90s. And what I mean by this is that there are a plethora of games from before I was even born that I have never tried that I have to visit, and up till now, games are now HD graphics with awesome surround sound and all the shiny little bits that make modern gaming so interesting. But there's a lot of complacent games, there's a lot of unique games, and a lot of games that are completely unique. Some that just completely go against all conventions to give you a unique experience unlike anything else. So today I would like to talk about a particular game that is unique, one that no one has ever quite revisited in the same way with the gameplay mechanics or the pacing or the style, and that game is for the PlayStation 2 and it is called Shadow of the Colossus. Though today I'm going to be playing the PS3 version because it looks better. Shadow of the Colossus is one of those games you hear about a lot from other people. From my experience, the most I knew about this game before playing it was that you basically kill big things. And honestly, in a nutshell, that is the main focus of the game. To be fair to the game though, I'll give you a quick rundown of the plot. This lad is called Wander and this rather lovely mare is Aggro. We start the game following the two on their journey to some sort of ancient temple with a corpse of a young girl. We find out that Wander wants to strike a deal with some sort of powerful being known as Dorman to bring her back to life as she's his, girlfriend, sister, Taylor? Honestly, I don't know the relation and I don't think it's really told to anyone specifically, but he really likes her. Upon hearing his plight, Dorman requests Wander to use his magical sword MacGuffin to kill 16 powerful creatures known as Colossi to break some nearby idols in the shrine. Wander agrees. That's it. It's actually really nice now and then to find a game like this. I mean, it's a simple way to give us a reason for our objectives in the game with no detriment to its fun factor. It's like the developers were just like, hey, you wanna fight this big thing?
Why, is it evil?
Nah, it's just really fun, mate.
Yeah, alright.
From this point we now get to control Wander, and he's got a pretty simple set of abilities and skills. Oh, and he also has the weirdest running animation I have ever seen in a video game. Okay, first off, his magic sword can be raised to locate Colossi. You have to fight them in a specific order, so this makes the game very linear, but at first it never really bothered me much. You have your goal, you find your goal, you kill your goal, and you repeat. To get to said location, we can ride Aggro to speed up our traversal time, and even though the overworld is very sparse and empty, it feels grandiose and majestic as you take in the scenery and beautiful vistas. Wander can also jump, crouch, roll, strike with his sword, wield a bow and arrow, climb things and interact with the environment. It sounds really basic, but I actually like how Wander doesn't have any crazy combos, magic abilities or anything. It makes him feel very grounded, which helps a lot when you're fighting something that looks like this. So after wandering for a bit around the overworld looking for stuff to do, I made my way to the first Colossus, Valus. Crikey, he's a big lad. For me, and I'm sure for many other people, this introduction to the Colossi was really exciting. Now don't get me wrong, Valus isn't by any means the most impressive Colossi in the game, but as the first encounter he more than sets the tone. He's slow, lumbering, imposing, and majestic. Now here we get into the real meat of the gameplay. Every Colossi acts as what I can only describe as a combat puzzle. Wander can use his sword's light beam to locate weak points which need to be targeted to kill them. To get to them, Wander needs to find a spot to grab, hold onto and climb his way up to reach said weak points, and a lot of the time there's some unique trick you have to do in order to enable Wander to climb the Colossi in the first place. Some fights do this better than others, but it's incredibly satisfying to find the vital points to attack, make your way to them, and fell the Colossi in the gaming equivalent of David versus Goliath. So with Valus dead, we then get to control Wander again and... Now that Wanda has been penetrated by the oily monster tentacles, thanks Japan, we're automatically teleported to the shrine and we see the first idol shatter, and then we repeat the same process 15 times to complete the game. Now here's where things start to flip between varying pros and cons of the gameplay. Most of the Colossi after Valis are amazing, but some of them are just crap. So let's do a quick rundown of them. For me, and I'm sure for many other people, this introduction to the Colossi was really exciting. This is amazing! My rear, you pillock! Oi! Oi! Oh, I think I've got an erection. Gimli, no! Wanda, hurry the fuck up. Wanda! Wanda, hurry the fuck! Dude, you suck. Hey buddy, I need you to move just a bit to the left, yeah? You know, just a bit to the left? Just a bit? Son of a bitch! Well, that was easy. Pal, you're tiny compared to the others. Alright, how do I fight you? Hang on, you're scared of fire? Really? You're supposed to be a Colossi, dude. Toughen up.
This one's my favourite.
Hang on, haven't I already killed you? Wait, I've definitely killed you, twice. Wait, how the hell am I supposed to kill you this time? Really? Now for the most part, the better fights in the game more than made up for the lesser moments of the game, but I did find the game to get very frustrating on more than one occasion. Firstly, due to the size of the Colossus, Wanda tends to get thrown around quite a lot when he's climbing onto them to drive his sword through their nether regions. But in some instances, Wanda flails non-stop for ages, to the point where I'd literally be shouting at him to bloody move. And when traversing the map with the magic sword, there were several occasions where the light would lead me to a location and I would have no bearing of where I had to go, and even when in shadowed areas, the navigation doesn't even work because you don't have direct sunlight. So a lot of the time, finding where you're supposed to go can be pretty confusing. Also, Wanda swims like a large turtle suffering from arthritis, and aggro can be particularly annoying when she decides not to bound over a tiny raised part of the map or run during certain narrow sections. I guess you could say it's a shame she's so, aggravating. Serves you right, you silly bugger! Now, unlike a lot of other adventure games, Shadow of the Colossus doesn't have much in terms of upgrades. Wander can do two things to improve his abilities. If you travel the overworld and check the various shrines and trees, you'll find silver lizards. If you kill these things with the bow and arrow and crouch on their corpse, you can collect their tails to improve Wander's grip gauge. Or stamina, or whatever this pink thing is. Also, unknown to me at the time of playing this game, you can even find fruit which increases Wander's health. Although to be honest, Wander recovers his health so quickly that it's pretty inconsequential. Anyways, as the game comes to a close and we've murdered all of the Colossi, we get to see the impact of what we have done gradually through our adventure. Wander's appearance changes slowly as his battles are waged, and we can even visit the husks of our fallen foes, their idols ground to dust and debris by a hero's quest of destruction. With the death of the first 15 Colossi, Wander opens a door to the final obstruction to his quest, Malice. After a lengthy and grueling battle, Wander returns to the shrine. Pursuers from outside of the Forbidden Land discover the carnage that has been beset. As Wander returns to the shrine, he is confronted and injured by his adversaries. Dormin reveals that his power was sealed into the Colossi and that Wander has reawakened his true form. As the men escape, we control Dormin as he absorbs Wander, only for a moment, although to be honest his controls handle like shit. And the leader of the men, Lord Emmon, seals Dormin away. Then as the bridge to the shrine collapses, the men retreat, the land is sealed away, and Mono awakens from her death. Also, Aggro is alive. And in the pool where the seal was, there's now a baby. With horns. Yeah. You know, now that I've actually played Shadow of the Colossus, I can now see why people hold it in such high regard. It reminds me a lot of Dark Souls in that not much of the game is told to you at the beginning, and you have to figure it out your own. I mean, even the enemy types are vastly impressive compared to a lot of stuff you fight in normal RPGs or adventure games. And it really is a one-of-a-kind game. And although I have tackled this game well past its initial release date and even the remake's release date, I still enjoyed it even though there were glaring flaws that I think a lot of people who have nostalgia for this game will admit. Now, with all that said and done, concerning the two types of the game, I wouldn't suggest playing the original for PS2, and instead go for the HD remaster with ICO, not only because you get two games for the same price, seeing as this is now more of a collector's piece because of its age, but obviously there are some HD tweaks. Some of the gameplay mechanics were ironed out a little bit to make it run a bit smoother, and overall, it's a really enjoyable game, and I think it's one of those games that's almost something that you should be compulsorily told to play, or at least try out, because it is that important to a lot of people, and really it has earned the renown it has garnered throughout the years. And although a lot of people say that this is probably the best game made of all time, I don't agree, but I do think it is one of the most important video games ever made, and I had a lot of fun playing it. So that's my take on Shadow of the Colossus. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks very much for watching, and I will see you guys later. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It was really nice playing a game for once that wasn't too obscure and was also somewhat of a cult classic in gaming. So from now on I'm going to be trying to do one more obscure game and one popular game and alternate them between the Grizzly Gems and Gauntlets. I'm going to see how that goes. The rest of this month I'm going to do a very popular game that's getting a certain HD remake very soon. But other than that, the main point is I'm trying to make sure that I have a nice blend of games people have heard of and have maybe necessarily played, and games people have never heard of and are interested to find out about. So that's kind of where the direction of the channel is going with the Grizzly Gems and Gauntlets. I'm not quite sure how the other shows will kind of plan around those, but main thing is I'm starting to get better at making the scripts for these videos, and I think this one was also a good example, like Advance Wars, that I'm starting to really condense the information down into a smallish video, maybe 10 minutes or so that you get the meat of the argument, the meat of the context, and hopefully it's a better viewing experience for you guys. But either way, thanks so much for watching this video. Hope you guys enjoyed yourselves, and I will see you guys later.